nonetheless, the back four, we're going to see the debut of Englishman Onwa Obasi today at left back, Timbo and Alves, the pairing in central defense. A couple of Brazilians there, the right back, American Rich Bolshin. In this 4-3-3, the midfielders are Northern Ireland international, former MLS player Johnny Steele, American Lance Roseboom in the middle, James Bailey, the Englishman, on the right, and the strike team of Israeli Edon Vered, Carl Howarth, the Canadian, and Paulo Junior, the Brazilian. That wraps up the starting 11 as some key injuries, especially for Ottawa Fury FC, most notably Julian de Guzman and Marcel de Jong. And for Miami, we're going to see Dario Svitanic, who's got 3 goals already for Miami FC, so that's a big loss for them.
Absolutely, they're missing him. Brad Russin sitting on the bench. They have Palacio sitting on the bench as well. They have some strong players on the bench. They also have some strong players on the pitch. Obviously, Pablo Campos is going to cause some issues, but without their top scorer, it's definitely a little bit easier for the Ottawa Fury defense this afternoon.
Referee today is David Barry. The Lions women, 2 of them, Marie Gagnon-Chrétien and Marie-Josée Charbonneau. And the 4th official is Francois Latulippe. Fury FC wearing their red kits, red shirts, red shorts, red socks. They'll move from right to left in this opening half. And Miami FC with their blue and orange kits, mainly blue with orange sleeves, white shorts, orange socks. They'll move left to right in this first half. And pretty good crowd, well over 6,000, maybe over 7,000 here today, including on the far side, the Fury Fanatics taking up a large portion of the lower north side stands, the south side lower, pretty packed, so great atmosphere for the start of this one, and we'll see if Fury FC can feed off that, Stuart.
Yeah, they're starting to sell tickets off in the north stand, which is great to see. It means that they're expecting large crowds here. There's lots of youth sitting over there in the Fury Fanatic section, and hopefully the team's going to feed off the energy that the supporter section and everyone else is bringing them.
Both teams looking for their first win of the season. For Miami, looking for their first win in club history. They've got 2 points in 4 matches. Ottawa with 1. Bottom of the table, Carolina leads the way with 12, so already running away with things. As we are underway here at TD Place. And Miami working things up through the back. Trafford works it across for Bernstein. Wide right, Barajo. His pass intercepted on the left by Rich Bolshin. And it's Obasi now in possession. Obasi back to Timbo. Now to the keeper. As Pezer launches this short of the halfway line. Flicked on by Timbo. And we've got a Miami player down, courtesy Johnny Steele. Free kick given against the Northern Ireland international.
Yeah, if there's anyone in the midfield for Ottawa Fury that's going to be making those types of tackles, those hard crunching tackles, it's going to be Johnny Steele. He's having a little talk with the ref here, but it doesn't look like he's going to be given a card yet.
I've no doubt that this Miami player is going to be okay here. It's time for the trainer to come on. And
it's a little bit about setting the tempo early on. There's Johnny Steele going in under a minute, making a crunching tackle, sending one of their players down to the ground, stop and play for a bit, and that's setting a little bit of dominance for Ottawa Fury here at home.
Adeilton is the player down on the ground for Miami, and he's up and walking off, now jogging off, so you knew he was going to be okay. Really wasn't much to it on the foul. It was a foul, but he's set to come right back on. Free kick just inside the Fury half. Bernstein will take this. Launches this high into the air, into the Ottawa penalty area, headed clear by Alves. It comes across the face of goal on a right-footed shot, and a very important block there by Obasi off that shot from Dane Richards. Not the defensive start that Ottawa had in mind.
That's twice Obassi's touched the ball now, and both times have been impressive. He's hopefully going to add a lot to Ottawa Fury's attack down the left side.
Good run by Paulo Jr. as it's now sent forward on the right-hand side. The cross into the penalty area. It's a little behind Johnny Steele, played by James Bailey. Steele gets it wide left for Obassi. Now to Johnny Steele with the cross, takes a skip and into the arms of Daniel Vega, the Miami FC keeper.
I think you see Obassi down. He was almost offside there. It shows how far he's pushing forward, and hopefully he can link up with Johnny Steele here on the left.
4th minute, 0-0 here at TD Place. Played wide right for Bolshin. This is going to go off of Ottawa last, so a Miami throw on the far side of the pitch. As you can hear, Stony Monday Riot and Bytown boys already in full voice early.
Yeah, they always bring a fantastic atmosphere here at TD Place.
Throw in Miami, dealt with here by Roseboom, who sends it out for another throw deep inside the Ottawa half. Worked in for Van Canton, and he'll play it back into the Miami half. Rhett Bernstein there, center circle. Wide right, Barajo. Forced back, and it comes to Trafford. The all-time leader in games played and minutes played for Ottawa, Mason Trafford. 54 appearances, 4,808 minutes in Fury FC colors. So, you know, it has to be tough for him.
Yeah, he nearly played every minute of the 2014 season. I remember being down in Fort Lauderdale for that last game, and he was put on the bench so that Ramon Soria could be given a game. And yeah, he played almost every minute of that season. And again, last year came in when needed at left back and had a great year.
Fury in possession, just inside their own half. As it's sent forward by Steele, but Van Canton gets control wide right, Richards. Now played forward here by Barajo, but dealt with by Timbo. Just outside the Ottawa 18-yard box. Roseboom now for Alves. Sends this high into the air in the Miami FC half. Trafford will take it and play it back to the keeper, Vega. 6 minute 0-0. Bernstein for Trafford. Van Canton. This ball deflects off for Red. Shown a pretty strong work rate so far. And has the only Fury FC goal. Second game of the year at Indy 11 when Ottawa picked up their lone point of the season in a 1-1 draw against Indy 11. Here's Barajo. Back to Trafford, center circle. Moves it to the right for his partner in central defense, Red Bernstein, just inside the Ottawa half. Back inside the Miami half for Mason Trafford. Cross for Hugo Leroux.
Miami FC looked very comfortable on the ball here, taking their time, having lots of possession, trying to work the ball forward.
Ball for Richards. Oh, he got clobbered here by Timbo. Referee says play on. And this is going to be a corner for Miami FC, first of the match. All corners today brought to you by Athens Rugs.
You know, you're hoping with the likes of Alves and Timbo in the back four there, hopefully that height will provide struggles for Miami FC trying to get ahead on the ball here as this ball is going to be put into the box.
Van Canton will deliver. Right-footed outswinger from the near corner flag. And it's over the head of Mason Trafford. And this is going to go out for an Ottawa throw.
You know, he was nearly unmarked there at the back. If he got his head on that, he definitely would have had a chance at goal.
8th minute, scoreless here at TD Place. As Fury look to gain possession. And it comes to Carl Howarth. With the ball over the top. Trying to run onto it is Vered, but it's cleared away, chested down here by Johnny Steele. His cross, looking diagonally there for Paulo Junior, and it's sent out for an Ottawa throw.
Paulo Jr. struggled to get playing time last year, but this year he's played every minute of every game so far. Hopefully see him get a goal soon.
9th minute, 0-0 here at TD Place. Miami sending things up the left flank, but Fury FC gained possession. Ball into the middle. Misses Vered. And back comes Dean Richards. With the ball wide right, Barajo. Now to Van Canton. Trying to find LaRue. It comes free to James Bailey, the ex-Derby County man. They'll be in the championship playoffs. Looking to gain promotion to the Premier League in a couple of weeks. As Fury work it down the left. Obasi links up with Howarth. It's it back to Steele. His ball intercepted. Comes to Dean Richards. Quick turn and he'll win a throw for Miami.
No, I'm impressed with Obasi so far. He's had a couple good touches of the ball. He's providing a lot down this left side in terms of attack and defense. It's definitely a needed boost to the Fury squad after those first 4 results.
Free kick won by Pablo Campos, the Miami FC striker. Now Trafford for Van Canton. Plays it right for Bernstein. Wide right, Barajo. 45 yards out. Back to the halfway line. Bernstein. Ball over the top, goes out for an Ottawa throw. th minute. Scoreless here at TD Place. Obasi with the throw. Barajo got a touch to it. Fury gained control. It comes back to Timbo. And the Brazilian will launch this into the Miami half.
Miami FC is not giving Ottawa Fury too much space on the ball here. They keep trying the long ball, but it's just not working out.
Trafford for Van Canton. At Ailton, now to Van Canton. And he'll play it into the Ottawa half. Campos with the ball that was in behind Blake Smith. Comes wide left. Couple of bounces and went off Miami last for an Ottawa throw.
Good effort there by Balchan. He gave the ball away quite easily, but he stuck with it and was able to win the ball back and get a throw in here.
Throw in here and a little miscommunication between Balchan and James Bailey, and so this will be a Miami throw. Van Canton. Center circle, Bernstein. Cross Mason Trafford. Back to Bernstein, just inside the Ottawa half. Now Dean Richards, 35 yards out. Gives up possession. Good ball steal to Bailey. Into the middle, Roseboom, pressured. Finds the outlet in Rafael Alves. He'll get this forward. It's Howarth for Paulo Junior, and one touch, it's off his boot, and Miami FC back in possession as Barajo moves down the right. There's Barajo into the Ottawa half. Plays it into the middle, Chavez, back to Van Canton. He'll move this wide left, but it's headed clear. And comes to Bailey in midfield. Back to Alves. Now Roseboom. Timbo. Wide left, Obasi. Ball over the top. And a good one. Running onto it is Howarth. Byline. Here's Howarth with the cross, and needed to do better there. But wins the ball back. Great hustle by Carl Howarth. Now Steele loses it to Richards. Good tackle by the Jamaican, and Miami FC back in possession. And a good challenge down the right by Bolshin to play this out for a Miami throw in the 14th minute, 0-0.
That was a great ball down to Howarth there in that last attack for Ottawa Fury. He did a great job to keep up with it. He put in a poor cross, but he was able to win that ball back, and it's just great to see that effort being put in by the young Canadian.
The lone Canadian in the lineup today. Of course, the two Canadian national team members, Julian de Guzman and Marcel de Jong, both injured. And Kyle Porter, Marcel DeBellis, Mosi Giorio, Mauro Eustachiou, Andrew McRae, all on the bench. Two backup keepers on the bench today. That's why, well, when you've got injury problems, you might as well dress as many players as possible. Wonder if we'll see a little more of Marcel DeBellis this season. He got in the last game of the season last year in Atlanta, but Bruce Grobbelaar, one of the greatest goalkeepers in world football history, most decorated goalkeeper in English history, winning all those titles, European, FA Cups, league titles at Liverpool. He really thinks highly of Marcel DeBellis, Bruce Grobbelaar does. Yeah,
absolutely. And you know, Romuald Payzer, he doesn't have that long left in his career. He's near the end of it here. So, you know, this could be his last year. And Marcel DeBellis has done a great job at building a foundation here and training well and developing under Bruce Grobbelaar and with Romuald Payzer. So hopefully we get to see him in a Fury jersey soon. But I know Bruce Grobbelaar has said in the past that he believes there's big things ahead for Marcel DeBellis, and he's a top keeper eventually. He just needs to break through into that first team somewhere.
And whenever he brings up Simon Mignolet, he always brings up the fact that he thinks DeBellis is better. Here's a cross that's headed off the line. Very important clearance there from Rich Bolshin.
That was very important for Rich there to get that ball out. That was over Payzer's head, and that would have been in the back of the net if he hadn't intervened.
It went off Alves first. High into the air. And with Payzer down, it was heading back towards goal, and Bolshin needed to make that clearance to keep it scoreless.
Yeah, very nearly an own goal there for Rafael Alves.
So 16th minute, still 0-0. Miami's had the best opportunities so far as Howarth gains possession for Ottawa Fury FC. It's played back to Timbo, across for Rafael Alves. Wide right, Bolshin. Ahead for Paulo Junior, halfway line. Two players on him. He's able to locate Roseboom. Wide left now for Obasi. One touch right to Johnny Steele as Obasi heads up looking for the ball down the left. It comes to Vered. Now wide left, it comes to Obasi. Now Johnny Steele. Into the middle, chested down by Bailey. Comes to Carl Howarth. Played back into the Ottawa half by Steele for Timbo, across for his partner at central defense, Alves. Wide left, chested down here by Howarth. Good ball for Obasi, two defenders on him.
Again, there's Obasi in the attack, creating chances down the left side here with Howarth and Steele connecting very well. Seems like that's Ottawa Fury's game plan today, is work the ball out to the left. Paulo Jr. and James Bailey have done very little down the right-hand side so far.
Ball given to Miami on the throw, so they push it up deliberately down the right. Comes into the Ottawa half, sent forward by Barajo. Timbo comes across and concedes a throw. 18th minute. Still awaiting our first goal of the match. The Fury just one goal on the season compared to 7 against. Miami's also given up 7, but they've scored 5. But still just one more point than Ottawa on the season. They've got 2 to Ottawa's 1. Vered was looking for a free kick, wasn't getting it from referee David Barry, and Alves has it at the back.
You know, Fury are struggling to keep possession here, but they are certainly trying very hard, chasing every ball, winning every ball that they seem to give up fairly easily. They're just going to need to find some space and find some room to gain some possession.
They win possession here down the right, and it's a real good run. Laid off here on the left. Here's the shot, and the offside flag is up. The offside flag is up. Ottawa thought they had the first goal of the match from Vered, but the flag is up. No goal, 0-0.
Well, certainly a good build-up by the Ottawa Fury there, and a great scoring opportunity. Unfortunately, it was called back offside.
I just realized they took our TV away, so we don't have our close replay. Nonetheless, I'm sure they'll show it on the big screen, and they will now. My first thought was it was offside. We'll wait and see. Woo.
Seems close, but he might just be offside. Oh, it's hard to see with that angle there.
Well, it was Steele who provided the cross, and Vered got the last touch on it.
He seemed to know what to do when he scored. He grabbed his shirt and started running towards the supporter section, but he quickly heard that ref's whistle.
Well, encouraging build-up nonetheless for Ottawa, and their best opportunity through 20 minutes.
Yeah, you know, they need to build confidence, and even getting that goal called back, just getting the ball in the back of the net, doing something strong, something that's going to build towards possibly another goal. Hopefully will give them the confidence to keep pushing forward. And here they go again.
Here's Howarth, 35 yards out. The ball that's knocked down by Van Canton. As they work it wide left, Miami. Forward for Campos. Near the byline, and important clearance there from Alves. Creating a Miami throw. Miami FC putting 4 players in the 18-yard box for this throw. That's out off Roseboom, and he concedes a corner. Brought to you by Athens Rugs. Van Canton will come over to deliver this. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger. With 5 players in the 18-yard box. Here's the delivery to the back post. And it went off the head of Chavez, but out of the 18-yard box, and back comes Ottawa on the counter. Ball down the left. Howarth making a good run. Here's Carl Howarth with the cross. Takes a deflection. Comes to Steele. And it's headed away from him by Richards. Roseboom comes in. And it's won by Ottawa. Obasi gets it wide right. Balshin. Back to Alves. 23rd minute, 0-0. Bailey.
That little break there by Ottawa Fury down the field, creating a good scoring chance. That was simply something right off the training ground, as you could see Howarth and Paolo Jr. standing right up at the halfway line before the corner was even taken, and Ottawa Fury were ready for that counterattack when the ball got cleared out. Some good stuff from Ottawa Fury here in the last 5-10 minutes.
Fury in possession just inside their own half. Alves will play it back to Pézère. Now Roseboom for Timbo. Wide left Obasi. Sends this into the Miami half. It's cleared high into the air for an Ottawa throw. Yeah, encouraging last few minutes for Ottawa. Here's Howarth for Johnny Steele, and Howarth is dumped, so free kick given Ottawa's way, and this will be a pretty dangerous spot about 25 yards out.
Johnny Steele not happy that that free kick was called there. He was about to make a run into the box, and there's the yellow card given.
Yeah, first of the game against Sergio Van Canten.
Yeah, Johnny Steele unhappy that that ball was called back, but hopefully Ottawa Fury can put a delivery into the box here and get Alves or Timbo, someone tall, get a head on it, and hopefully score Ottawa's first goal at home this year.
Bailey's going to take this free kick.
Normally you'd have Bruna take the free kicks and penalties, but of course he's injured just now and he's not in the squad today.
Here's the delivery from James Bailey. It's low. It takes a bounce. It's loose. And they score. It's 1-0 Ottawa. And it's Timbo with the opening goal in the 25th minute. Off the free kick, the Brazilian Timbo finds the back of the net. 1-0 Ottawa Fury FC.
Yeah, they needed that goal. There's some confidence that makes up for the goal that was called back offside. Yeah, the ball was delivered in there and was put in fairly low. Took a couple bounces, landed at Timbo's feet, just took a quick shot, and there it is. Ottawa Fury 1, the Miami FC 0 in the 25th minute.
So in his home debut, the Brazilian Timbo able to find the net.
That's the advantage of having someone like Roseboom in the midfield. He can also play defense and allow Timbo and Alves to push up during corner kicks.
Here comes Ottawa again down the right. It's Paulo Jr. It's a little early maybe to get the fans. They don't know Timbo yet.
Yeah, it's his first time playing in front of the home crowd here, as it is for many of these Fury players. But obviously the stadium here, the training grounds, the facilities in the back of house, the gym and everything for them is just fantastic. It was a big draw, so it's great for them to finally be able to play here in front of their home crowd. And you got the likes of James Bailey, who spent time playing in the championship, but there won't be that many stadiums that can rival this here at Lansdowne Park, TD Place. Something that players definitely enjoy.
Yeah, it's a great soccer atmosphere here. With a lot of people would say, well, 24,000 seats, how can you make it a great soccer atmosphere when you're averaging around 6,000 a game? Well, when you've got everyone on the south side lower together.
Yeah, and you've got the Bytown Boys and you got Stony Monday Riot, something that you don't see at the CFL games or much at the hockey games. You've got people out there with drums, with voices. There's almost 200 strong in that section there, singing for a full 90 minutes, creating that atmosphere, and it definitely makes up for the fact that there's empty seats in the north stand.
So 28th minute, 1-0. Ottawa in front. Free kick given just inside the Fury half. And a warning to Johnny Steele.
Yeah, that's Johnny just being Johnny there. He's always going to be in your face. He's always going to be chatting with the ref and with the other players and trying to get in their head and in there with those crunching tackles. That's what he brings to the Fury midfield. And it's something they certainly need when you got someone like Julian de Guzman, who's obviously not playing today, but he's a very quiet person on the field, and he just focuses on the match, whereas Johnny Steele will be very much so in your face.
Captain's armband and de Guzman's absence being worn by Rafael Alves.
Yeah, there's no surprise there. When de Guzman gets subbed off, it's often Alves that takes the armband, even though last year it was usually Pézère. It's just great to have so much leadership in the squad and have all those options.
Free kick given to Ottawa, and Howarth wants to take it quickly, but elects to place it down just inside his own half.
I think something Paul Dalglish did right when putting this squad together was he's able to get that diversity among age. You got guys like Alves and Pézère and de Guzman who add that experience and that just that value that you need to have someone who's been through it all. But then you've also got younger guys like Howarth, Verade. You've got all these younger players who can learn and hopefully develop here at Ottawa Fury.
Pézère will take this free kick. Launched deep into the Miami half. It's cleared away by Bernstein. Roseboom. Head of the left, Obasi. Gets this into the air, down the left flank goes Howarth, and good tackle there from Barajo.
You know,
But it leads to Ottawa's first corner of the match.
Dalglish has definitely given Obasi license to roam here and some freedom to run down the pitch. And he's hooking up well with Carl Howarth here to create several chances. Here they are with a corner kick in front of the supporter section.
Bailey with a right-footed outswinger, or rather right-footed in-swinger from James Bailey. Ottawa with 5 players in the penalty area. Here's the delivery from Bailey. And it's headed wide for a goal kick. Looked like Timbo got to head to that again.
Certainly being a stronger 15 minutes recently than it was for the first 15 minutes as we head into the 31st here. Ottawa Fury definitely taking control of this game, and especially going up 1-0. They will feel as if they can head towards halftime feeling fairly confident.
As they win a free kick inside their own half, 31st minute, 1-0 Ottawa, and that 25th minute goal from the Brazilian Timbo. Great atmosphere here today. I have to think it's pushing 7,000.
Yeah, absolutely. South end looks full. North end, again, they're starting to sell those tickets to the first, looks like 10, 15 rows of the north end, and of course filling up those lower boxes with the Fury fanatics. They've done a good job with that program marketing for the young kids, and they've hopefully getting these kids into the academy and building them up through the club, and hopefully see one of those kids sitting in the stands wearing a Fury shirt one day.
Sent forward near the corner flag, Obasi slipped a little bit. And that allows the clearance from Richards. Header won by Johnny Steele, now to Timbo. Good ball into the air, short of the 18-yard box. Comes to the left for Carl Howarth. Knocked off the ball, but it comes back to Johnny Steele into the center circle, Alves. A low ball for Edon Verade. 25 yards out, he makes a run to the right. And it goes off him for a Miami throw. So Miami FC starts their build-up from the back. There's Mason Trafford for Bernstein. Back to the keeper, Vega. Now Trafford. Cross for Bernstein. Plays this along the ground. And it's sent out for an Ottawa throw.
Timbo taking his time here. Get that ball off the pitch. Fury in no rush, as we're just over 10 minutes away from halftime. Happy to be sitting on a 1-0 lead.
Offside flag up against Miami here.
Of course, again, Romuald Pace are going to take this free kick here. Looks like he's going to take his time, but then runs up quickly.
Fury work it down the left. Now it comes back to Alves. Ooh, dangerous pass, and Roseboom bails him out. Comes wide left. Obasi. Obasi with a good ball. Comes to Vered. Ball into the penalty area, Howarth. Here's Howarth with a cross. Headed towards goal, and a great save by Vega. Oh, a brilliant stop off Paulo Jr. It looked like it was 2-0. And Vega puts it over the bar for an Ottawa corner.
I'll tell you what, that save will certainly be up for play of the week. That was absolutely outstanding from the keeper there. I mean, Paulo Jr. looked to have headed that ball just looping over the keeper's head, but he's able to just get his fingers on it and nudge it over. What a fantastic save.
Wow.
Very nearly 2-0 Ottawa Fury, but they will have a corner kick here and another chance.
Corner brought to you by Athens Rugs in the 35th minute.
Scored from their last corner. Let's see if they can do the same again here. As James Bailey once again lines up to take it.
Bailey with the delivery. It'll be a right-footed outswinger. Here is the delivery. Comes to Timbo. Left-footed shot and unable to get anything on it.
Yeah, he fanned on it there, but if he had connected, he certainly would have been going for a second goal. Again, it's great to see Alves and Timbo being able to push so far up during these corner kicks and have Ottawa Fury with the defensive backing of Roseboom and Balchin sitting back.
Obasi. The ball for Steele. In for Howarth. Just inside the penalty area, it's cleared. And Miami under siege here for the last 10 or 15 minutes. Able to get it past the halfway line. For Fury, 5 of their last 6 in the spring season at home, including next Saturday as they welcome Minnesota United to town. That'll be a 2 o'clock start. And then they get the bye, which means it comes at the right time with the Amway Canadian Championship starting in Edmonton on Wednesday, May 11th, and then a home date against FC Edmonton on the 18th. And Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, at Tampa Bay, and home to Rio OKC to wrap up the spring season. So a lot of matches here at TD Place coming up over the course of May and early June as we see a substitution here. Wilson Palacios is going to come in, and he replaces Sergio Van Canten.
You know, Palacios can offer a lot in the midfield. Was surprised to see him put on the bench, but not sure if that was an injury there by Van Canten or what's going on, but sure Nesta wasn't planning on making a sub this early, especially before halftime.
'37th minute, 1-0 Ottawa. Handball, and this will be Fury free kick inside their own half. Palacios, Honduran international. as Alves takes this free kick. Sends it forward towards Carl Howarth, trying to win it, but it's given to Mason Trafford as Miami goes forward. Errant ball from Trafford. Here's the cross from Steele. Comes down and Ottawa unable to get a shot away. Vered went to ground.
Yeah, it looked like he tried a scissor kick there while Howarth was kind of frustrated. I think he thought he had a shot on goal.
Good ball down the right for Chavez with the cross, and a very important defensive play there by Rich Balshin.
The ref had a clear view of that and very quickly waved that off. That was an extremely important tackle there by Rich Balshin. I'm very impressed with him today so far in the right back position. That's twice now that he has stopped an Ottawa Fury from going down a goal or from letting in a goal.
Well, pretty entertaining first half. Both sides have had their chances. Only one taken by Timbo to give Ottawa the lead in the 25th minute. We're now into the 39th. Miami FC works it down the right side, and this is going to go out for an Ottawa throw. But seeing some uncharacteristic play. I mean, a couple of the balls from Mason Trafford, you'd never see those last year. Maybe some nerves here on his return back to TD Place.
Yeah, he's also playing within a new squad that he hasn't played with before. Well, he's played 4 games, but with Ottawa Fury, he'd played so many minutes and found such a groove and found his spot within the squad. It'll take a bit of time settling, especially playing against 3 forwards like you have here against Ottawa Fury.
Roseboom wins a ball and is fouled by Dean Richards, so free kick Ottawa inside their own half.
There's someone else who's done very well today, Lance Roseboom. He's stepped in for Julian de Guzman. Wasn't quite sure. I would personally preferred at the beginning of the game to have seen Mauro Eustachio put in there, but Roseboom is certainly holding his own. You don't really notice that the experience and skill of Julian de Guzman is absent today.
Timbo with a free kick, plays it high into the air. Headed away by Trafford. Ball falls to Johnny Steele. Back to Alves. All the way back to Pézère. He'll launch this back into the Miami half. Headed away by Bernstein. Center circle. Steele has it. Plays this wide right over the head of Paulo Jr. Throw in for Miami FC. 41st minute. 1-0 Fury. Both sides looking for their first win of the 2016 campaign. And that's a mistake there, self-inflicted. Miami conceding a corner. It's brought to you by Athens Rugs.
That's certainly something you don't want to do there. There's just a standard back pass to the keeper that just went too far wide. Ottawa Fury with no possession. They barely had anyone even in the Miami half, and they somehow win a corner kick here. So it's a great scoring opportunity for the Capital Club out of nowhere.
Reminiscent of what Ottawa did in the 46th minute last week, conceding a corner right off the opening kickoff without Edmonton even touching the ball. And then FC Edmonton scoring. Good delivery here from Bailey. It's been dangerous on those corners. It comes back to Roseboom, and he'll play it all the way back to Pézère. Chased by Jaime Chavez. He launches this into the Miami half. Here's Palacios. Now Trafford. Bernstein. Across for Mason Trafford. Bernstein and Trafford playing pitch and catch here inside their own half. As Trafford will finally go forward beyond the halfway line. Wide left, Hugo Leroux. And tries this cross from distance. It goes way over the net of Romuald Pézère. Goal kick, Ottawa Fury FC, as we inch closer to halftime now into the 43rd minute.
Yeah, Paul Dalglish will certainly be happy if they can head into halftime with a 1-0 lead. But it's been the second half where Ottawa Fury have struggled this year. That's where they've conceded most of their goals. and given away most of their points. So they're going to have to definitely focus on building on what they've done here in the first half. They've had a solid last 15, 20 minutes and started to take control of the game, so they've got to build on that in the next 45.
Header here, Howarth for Red, who goes from distance, but that was ambitious from there, and this will be a goal kick Miami. Trafford. The keeper, Vega. If not for his brilliant save off Paulo Jr., we're talking about a 2-0 scoreline. As it comes into the Ottawa half. High into the air, headed down here by Ailton. And a free kick given to Miami about 40 yards out.
The Ottawa Fury playing very physical here. The ref letting them get away with quite a lot. Hasn't seen any yellow cards yet for the boys in red, but they're certainly playing a very physical game.
Delivery inside the penalty area, headed away by Obasi. And Ottawa wins a free kick. Short of the halfway line.
That's twice now that the refs called the ball back for a free kick in Ottawa Fury's favor, even though they seem to have possession and perhaps should have played advantage. But Ottawa Fury now in time to regroup, catch their breath, and start play from the back.
Timbo. Steele. To the keeper, Pazer. High into the air inside the Miami half. Howarth went up for it, but Miami gains possession as it's knocked out here by Roseboom. Throw-in taken by Richards. Well, leave it for Barajo. As they give up possession quickly. It's an Ottawa throw. Can't imagine there's much in terms of stoppage time, maybe a minute.
Yeah, I mean, there's that injury right in the first minute there that almost took a minute off the clock, but other than that, there's not much going on. They had one substitute, but it didn't take too long. You see the fourth official come up here and let us know.
2 minutes.
Yeah, Dalglish will definitely be happy with the performance here from Ottawa Fury in the first half. I think Roseboom's done great in midfield. Johnny Steele's been doing lots to win possession. Howarth's been pushing forward, and of course Abassi down the left wing has been living up to his expectations. There's been a lot of pressure on him, I think, in the last week or so in the media. People hoping that he'll add that flair, that spark that Fury need, and he's certainly at least trying to here as he's about to take the throw in.
Obasi plays it high into the air inside the Miami half. Comes to Richards, and it's a Miami throw. In for Bernstein. The link up with Palacios. Now Trafford. Wide left, LaRue. Links up with Smith. Good little 1-2. Here's LaRue down the left. Trying to turn against Paulo Jr. And it's going to go off LaRue last for an Ottawa throw. Another minute of stoppage time here. Maybe a little less than a minute. Alves. Vered. Out for another Miami throw. And there's the halftime whistle, with Ottawa Fury FC in front, courtesy a 25th minute goal from Timbo. as we get set to bring in Martin Nash here for some halftime.
The Fury FC head coach Paul Dalglish, first home match of the season. Thoughts on pretty solid 45 minutes to start?
Yeah, defensively very solid. We've conceded a little bit of possession in their half, but I don't feel like we've conceded really any space at all in our half. So, and then when we've won it, we've countered quite well, and just think a few things to kind of fine-tune in this second half. We want to try and possess it a little bit more. It's hot out there for us, so we want to try and possess it a little bit more, be a little bit more efficient, and then try and catch them on the break a couple more times.
You've created a lot of chances in that opening half, one called back on the offside, and then Fernando Timbo scoring his first for the Fury. Just talk about what your team has produced defensively here in the home opener.
Yeah, we said, I said before the game that I'll take responsibility for the first 4 games, and you're seeing this half, some of the changes we're trying to make. So to come in at 1-0 up after making some changes and changing the style a little bit is really pleasing.
What needs to happen in the second 45 to close out all 3 points this afternoon?
Just more of the same. More of the same. I think we've been the better team, so just got to keep going.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
in the back. LaRue, Trafford, Bernstein, Barajo, Adeilton, Smith and Richards, Palacios, Campos and Chavez, the strikers. Ottawa in the 4-3-3. Pezer, back four of Obasi, Timbo, Alves, and Balshin. In midfield, Steele, Roseboom, and Bailey. And the strikers, Vered, Howarth, and Paulo Jr. as Ottawa kicks off to begin festivities here in the second half. And they boot it into the Miami half. Trafford trying to head this left for Hugo LaRue. And he'll send it to the halfway line. Chested down by Roseboom. Now he wins a header. And Ottawa's going to be given a free kick here.
Yeah, not quite sure what that was, which foul that was called for. Roseboom had a couple against him there. Ref allowing play to continue, but finally being called back.
So Ottawa Fury FC getting it back to Pezer just outside his penalty area. And he'll play this inside the Miami half. As here comes a long shot from distance that just misses wide. Good effort there.
Yeah, there's Carl Howarth getting in there again, creating a good chance. Some good stuff from Ottawa Fury early on here.
Trafford. Cross for his partner in central defense, Rhett Bernstein. Can't say enough about how great the supporters have been here this afternoon, bringing the noise and getting behind this group. It's been a tough start. It was a tough offseason. There's no way to sugarcoat how difficult it was when you have such a great season in year two. You reach the championship final, you lose in the Soccer Bowl to the New York Cosmos, but you win a dramatic semifinal at home against Minnesota in front of just short of 10,000 people. You win the fall season, which is the more difficult of the two seasons to win. Last year being 20 games, this year it's 22 with Puerto Rico joining the fold. But losing Richie Ryan, losing Colin Falvey, losing Mason Trafford, losing Sinisha Ubi-Parapovic and Tom Heineman and Ryan Richter and on and on and on. Not just real good players, but real good people in the community. Losing your manager, Mark DeSantos. Could have been easy for a lot of the fans to say, I don't know if I want to come back, but I think they understand the nature of the business. They understand that the club certainly did its best to try and retain as many people as possible, but when you lose the coach and other players look for different opportunities, not much the club could do. So
yeah,
it's a new season, and the fans, I think, have bought into that.
Yeah, like you said, it's tough when you're losing players like Tom Heineman, Mason Trafford, and Nicky Patterson, who are all part of the pro futsal training. They did a lot in the community. They worked a lot with kids. They helped train in their off time. So you're missing them, but at the same time, they brought in some great quality players here, some great guys that hopefully can just add just as much to the community and on and off the pitch for Ottawa Fury.
And I think a lot to look forward to as well, especially with the Amway Canadian Championship in mid-May, which they have lost in the quarterfinals both times to FC Edmonton and haven't been able to face that MLS opposition home and away. And if they could pull that off and face the Vancouver Whitecaps in the semifinals, it would be, to me, another step forward and a big step forward for the club.
Yeah, especially you look at last year, Ottawa Fury won the fall season, and one of the small little consolation prizes that comes along with that is the fact that we finished higher than FC Edmonton. So we actually get home field advantage in the Voyageurs Cup in the Amway Canadian Championship, which means that Ottawa Fury will play the first match in Edmonton, but will have home field advantage in the second leg. And that's something they've never had in the Amway Canadian Championship. They've often lost the first game. I remember last year heartbreaking losing it with a couple goals late on. And it's hard to go play that second leg in Edmonton and try and get yourself up when you know you have to win 2 or 3-0. So for them to be able to go to Edmonton, try and snatch an away goal, and then come back here to Ottawa is hopefully gonna be enough for them to win the 2-legged affair, and hopefully, like you said, be able to host and visit the Vancouver Whitecaps, something this club has never done and something I know the fans would just love to see.
Alves into the 51st minute now. Fury leading 1-0. Nice work by Paulo Jr., and he skips past a couple of defenders down the right. 2 defenders on him, and unfortunately unable to keep the ball in play, conceding a throw. Trafford ahead on the left, but possession given away cheaply by Smith, and not a great cross by Rich Bolshin, so it's back to Miami FC possession.
You know, we saw it with Obasi in the first half, and now here's Rich Balchan pushing up far along the right flank here. Seems like Dalglish is happy to let his fullbacks wander.
Here's Palacios. Gets this for Hugo Leroux with a cross. Dangerous one high into the air, and it's grabbed with Chavez in the vicinity by Romuald Pézère.
Pézère seems a lot more confident today than he has in past games. He's controlling the ball when it comes into the box. Definitely something you expect to see from last year's Golden Glove winner.
Paulo Jr. for James Bailey. Now Steele. Good ball near the 18-yard box as it comes to Carl Howarth trying to turn, and he at least wins a corner here for Athens Rugs.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Howard so far today. He's been getting a lot of involvement. And even there, he could have lost the ball once or twice, but he's able to keep on possession, push the ball into the box, and force Miami to push it out for a corner kick. Looks like they may be doing this one short here with Steele and Bailey.
Steele, left-footed in-swinger, and he will deliver into the penalty area to the far post, headed on, and Vega able to keep it out. Now Howarth keeps it alive for Steele, but a little back heel is cleared out for another Ottawa corner, and again, it's brought to you by Athens Rugs.
It's another big save by Vega. Again, just pushing the ball just far enough away to deflect it away from the net. That's twice now he's come up big. And again, Johnny Steele stepping over this corner here.
Left-footed in-swinger Johnny Steele. Here's the delivery, and it comes to the near post. Here's a shot by Vered, and that is blocked on the way in. Stepping up, it's Palacios, and here's Miami on the counter. Ball forward down the left for Dane Richards, and he's going to win a free kick here in a dangerous spot about 25 yards out.
Yeah, Miami FC just trying to create something on the counterattack there. I think Fury were caught a bit out, trying to chase the ball back. Able to draw the foul here. Miami FC have a free kick from maybe 25, 30 yards out, but well outside the corner of the box, nowhere near the center.
So Miami pushing 5 players inside the penalty area. Here's the delivery from Blake Smith, left-footed delivery, and we're going to call a foul against Miami as the header was stopped anyways by Pézère, who plays it quickly for Alves up the right. Alves back to Pézère. We'll play it out for a Miami throw, and we're going to see another substitution here for Miami. Blake Smith coming out, and Aaron Dennis joining the fray. Second sub for Miami already as we're into the 55th minute. Adailton trying to win the ball, but this is going to be sent out of play. Miami throw from the far touchline inside their own half. 55th minute, Fury leading 1-0. Here's Mason Trafford. Wide left, Hugo Leroux. Now Trafford. Back to Bernstein. Palacios. Quick little 1-2, but went awry. The first touch off of Aaron Dennis's toe.
Nesta not looking too happy down there in the technical area. Seems frustrated with what he's seen from his squad here in his first trip up to Canada with the Miami FC.
Now a Fury throw inside the Miami FC half. Bolshin will step up. For Roseboom. Knocked away from him. And now on the counter, Roseboom with a diving challenge, and they're going to call him for a foul.
I think they're calling it back there. He seemed to be tugging on the guy's jersey. I'm surprised that he was not called back earlier. They seem to let play go, but eventually calling it back. Nonetheless, still a great defensive effort there by Roseboom as he receives a yellow card here.
So first Ottawa player in the book here, Lance Roseboom.
Looks like that was more for talking back to the referee than it was the foul itself. But again, a great defensive effort there from Roseboom. He's almost playing in a center back position today when Ottawa Fury pushed forward. Stepped in for Julian de Guzman, who's out injured, and has done a great job so far.
Launched high into the air, and it comes to Pezer. And he'll play this back into the Miami FC half. Comes wide right, and Ottawa able to win the ball. Vered plays it for Johnny Steele with the cross. It deflects back to Steele. Now to Obasi. Trying to find some room in the middle. Obasi taking on two defenders, but Miami getting possession back. Chavez comes in the middle. Palacios to some open space on the left. Played forward by Leroux, and this is going to be a Miami throw.
Yeah, Bolchin definitely feeling as though he was fouled there as he was pushed over, but the ref's going to give this ball to the Miami FC for a throw-in well down in the Fury zone.
This is going to deflect off Hugo Leroux, and he does well to keep it alive, but concedes a throw. Right near the corner flag. Ottawa will take this.
See Romuald Pezer trying to keep his arms awake, trying to keep his body limp. He hasn't seen much action so far in the second half other than a couple easy saves.
Another Ottawa throw coming here as it goes off Leroux again. Again, Fury in action next Saturday at home to Minnesota United.
Give a chance for Johnny Steele to be reunited with the club that he played with last spring season. It's always an entertaining match between United and Fury FC. Of course, United will be making their jump up to the MLS next season, hopefully.
Yeah, what a great match it was last year when Ottawa defeated Minnesota in the semifinal 2-1 in extra time. Tom Heineman scoring the winner for Ottawa.
Of course, even back to the first year when Richie Ryan curled in a fantastic free kick against Minnesota. And it's always been a tie filled with some heartbreak. Fury lost their first match at home against them to a late goal in their first ever game in the NASL.
Christian Ramirez scoring that in the 97th minute at Keith Harris Stadium. Can't say I miss the confines at Keith Harris Stadium. TD Place, certainly a much better venue for professional soccer.
I know the supporters miss the metal seats that they're able to stomp on to create a lot of noise, but certainly they're happy at home here in Section W, near the southwest corner of the stands here, where they're cheering their team on here as they lead 1-0 heading into the 61st minute.
'61st minute, 1-0 Ottawa. Miami in possession. Pushing up from the back, it's ex-Fury defender Mason Trafford. Wide left. Gets this Wilson Palacios. Sends this forward towards LaRue. And this is going to go out for a goal kick. Would be so crucial for Ottawa, and as we heard from manager Paul Dalglish in our pre-match show, a win today and they'd be 4 points through 5 matches, which is exactly where they were a year ago. It's easily forgotten how poor their start was last year.
Yeah, I know it's strange with the NASL having the split because, like you said, they're at the same place they were last year. They're well out of contention for the spring season title, but again, there's so much time left. They can turn anything around. They can win the fall season. They can qualify for the championship still. It's certainly not out of the picture, and if they grab the win today, then when you got 4 more home matches coming up this spring season before the break in the summer, it's certainly a chance for Fury to push themselves up and at least into a playoff position, one of the top 4 spots heading into the break, and then have the likes of Puerto Rico FC joining the league. Some more competition in the fall season. As you mentioned earlier, a much harder title to win. Fury being able to do that last year to secure their first piece of silverware in club history. And of course, go to the Soccer Bowl in New York.
Comes back to the Miami keeper Vega, who's been outstanding today. A couple of brilliant stops. Trafford, wide left, LaRue. Gives up possession to Paulo Jr. He'll win a throw. Again, the available subs for Ottawa today. A couple of backup keepers in Marcel DeBellis and Andrew McRae, Mosey Giorio, Kyle Porter, Brian Oliveira, Mauro Eustachiou, and Dennis Chin. We've already seen 2 of the 3 for Miami with Aaron Dennis and Wilson Palacios coming on.
Yeah, as we mentioned at halftime, it's easy for Dalglish when you're sitting up 1-0 at home to sit on your subs and to wait a little bit longer to put them in and make some more tactical changes rather than just trying to add more to the attack or to try to make up for the fact that you might be down a goal or 2.
Good run down the right. It's Carl Howarth, 25 yards out. Howarth knocked down short of the penalty area, and this is going to be a free kick right about 19 yards out.
Right on the edge of the box there. Howarth was a nice couple step overs there. Nice to see from the Canadian, just pushing his way into the box. Oh, it was right on the line. If he had had another half step in, this would certainly be a penalty kick for Ottawa Fury, but again, great position here to score, especially if you've got someone like Johnny Steele who's standing over the ball here with a left foot that can curl it in. You don't have Bruno on the pitch. He's usually someone who would take these shots. James Bailey seems to be staying well away. Looks like Johnny Steele or Alves. If you've ever watched any of the Fury FC videos on social media of him taking free kicks, something else, but he's walking away from this one and leaving it to the Northern Irishman.
So here we go, Johnny Steele over this free kick just outside the 18-yard box. Here's the left-footed shot. It's low. It goes right into the wall. And Richards is going to be fouled. And I think probably a card here against Edon Vered. Yellow.
And he did that on purpose. He knew what he was doing. He was holding the player back. He spun him around. Miami FC were going to make a break down the pitch. And, at this stage of the game, when you got just over 25 minutes left, that's a yellow card you might be willing to take to stop Miami FC from creating chances.
So Edon Vered and Lance Roseboom both on a yellow card. here in the 65th minute. Fury leading 1-0. LaRue for Dennis. Knocked away from him. It comes back to Mason Trafford just inside the Miami FC half. Across for Bernstein. Wide right, Barajo. Back to Bernstein. Now Trafford. Wide left, Palacios. And for Pablo Campos. Bernstein. Richards. Barajo. Now Richards. And an important play there by Timbo stepping up and clearing it.
You know, it's something we haven't seen much from Ottawa Fury in the first 4 games, and that's they're very physical. They have lots of confidence on the ball, and they're very strong defensively, which are all things we saw a lot of under Mark DeSantos. And it's obviously not something you just see from one coach, but it's definitely nice to see Paul Dalglish's being able to get the best out of this group here and get them playing some nice football as they're almost, entering the 67th minute here, and they have a 1-0 lead at home. Certainly something he'll be happy with as he stands on the sidelines here talking with Martin Nash. Likely looking to make a sub sometime soon. He's got them warming up just behind the Miami FC net here. He's got lots of options, as mentioned earlier. He'd be very happy with what he's seen so far.
Need to finish this result, though. A point here, I think, would feel like 2 points dropped with the lead and with the fact that they haven't won. They'd still be bottom of the table.
Yeah, it'd be a lot like after the Indy 11 game when you can see that 90-minute goal and the point almost feels like a loss just in the way it was done.
Can they finish with 3/4 of the match in the books? Still lots of time as we enter the 68th minute. Fury up a goal. In possession, Roseboom. Now to James Bailey. 30 yards out, making a good run. Here's the low shot and takes a bounce before going into the welcoming arms of keeper Daniel Vega.
It's a good chance there for James Bailey. Nice to see the Englishman taking a shot, being able to put it on target, test the keeper. It took a little bounce beforehand. That can always be difficult. But him and Johnny Steele in the midfield today have been great alongside, again, Lance Rosenboom, who stood out for me.
Trafford. Bernstein. Back to Trafford, center circle. Into the Ottawa half. Palacios. Dennis, good ball down the left for LaRue, but it's going to be shepherded out for a goal kick by Rafael Alves.
Yeah, Fury looked very strong defensively, very organized. Again, Alves running across there to usher that ball out. Seems to be lots of communication. I mean, Alves has played great defensively today. Timbo's got the goal. Balshan saved what certainly would have been an Alves own goal in the first half, and Obasi's been playing great down that left wing, so it's been great stuff from the back four today.
Goal kick, Ottawa, taken by Pezer. Now a throw in Miami. There's Bernstein. Cross for Trafford. Wide left, LaRue. Linking up with Dennis here. Trying to take on two defenders, and Ottawa wins at Balshan. Miami regaining possession. It comes back to Trafford. Cross center circle. Bernstein wide right. Barajo, the Miami captain. Now Bernstein. On the far side. LaRue gets it to Palacios. Now Trafford. Bernstein. Barajo trying to get it in for Dane Richards. It's Headed away by Roseboom. Vered will link up down the left, and here's Ottawa on the counter. Holding it up, Carl Howarth gets it back to Roseboom. Timbo, the goal scorer for Rafael Alves. Into space, Paulo Junior, and just got a touch on it. That's as good as he could do. It was out in front of him, so concedes a Miami throw in the 71st minute, 1-0 Ottawa leading.
Yeah, Miami FC have been playing fairly well in the last 5-10 minutes, controlling a lot more of the play. Ottawa Fury sitting back a bit more defensively. See Paulo Jr. sitting back. He's not pushing up as forward as he was before. I think legs might be getting a bit tired, and Ottawa Fury wanting to secure the lead rather than push forward and be caught on the counterattack.
Obasi. Ottawa unable to keep it in. That was for Red on the far touchline. Miami gains possession on the throw-in. Trafford making a run into the Ottawa half. Wide left, Hugo Leroux. Into space for Dennis. 25 yards out with the cross. Comes to Dean Richards. He'll move outside the penalty area, lays it off. The cross headed away by Alves. And a free kick given Ottawa's way.
Again, there's the height of Alves coming in to save the day, heading that ball out. Looked like a dangerous attack from the Miami FC there, and Ottawa Fury able to keep them at bay. Alves getting that ball out of the box, and then Fury able to win a free kick here about halfway through their own half. Taking their time.
Paul Dalglish still with his full complement of subs available. As a poor clearance. Here's a shot from distance, and Vered on the half volley just misses over the bar. Good effort from Edon Vered.
Yeah, that just dipped over the bar and hit the back netting. I think some members of the crowd thought that one was in the top corner, but he did a good job just missing the target. But again, nice to see some shots being taken from outside the box. Test the keeper. Although Vega has had a phenomenal day today, certainly keeping Miami FC in this game.
James Bailey fouled by Richards, and Bailey's got a few words for him as Richards gets a yellow card from the referee, Barry.
Richards, of course, has lots of experience. He's played in the MLS. He played last year against Ottawa Fury in the NASL, and again this year he's playing for the Miami FC after making a permanent move to the NASL.
Free kick taken inside the Ottawa half. Alves steps beyond the halfway line. His ball just a little too high for Howarth. And comes to the keeper, Vega. Now Trafford wide left for Leroux. For Palacios. Now Bernstein. Back into the middle, Mason Trafford. Wide left. Palacios. Ball into the middle from Leroux, comes to Richards, wide right, Barajo with the cross, goes off Howarth, and it's cleared. Vered trying to get to the ball first, and a throw-in conceded by Miami.
Yeah, Miami seem to be having a bit more of the possession recently, but they're not taking control of the game. They don't seem to be creating that many chances, so hopefully Ottawa Fury can regain the possession they had earlier and the confidence they had earlier and push for a second goal here in the last 15 minutes of the game.
Nice crowd of 7,023, so they were able to top the 7,000 mark.
Yeah, it's great to see here. I think that's got to be one of their highest regular season attendances, not including the home opener here in 2014 against the New York Cosmos, where of course they had at the time the largest NASL attendance, but crowd of over 7,000 here for Ottawa Fury. They continue to grow from being 1,500 to 2,000 at Carleton, and then up into 3,500, 4,000 here in the early days at TD Place, and now pushing well up into 7,000, 6,000 the last couple regular season home games. It's great to see. The fan base is growing, supporters are growing, and it certainly adds to the atmosphere here.
'75th minute, 1-0 Fury. They're in possession. It's Paulo Junior. Right side in his own half. Links up here with Johnny Steele. The ball into the Miami half, and Vered going after it, but Vega beyond the 18-yard box coming out. And he plays it back forward. Here's Trafford, short of the halfway line. And he'll get it back to the keeper, Vega. Bernstein.
Looks like Dennis Chin might be coming on here. He's making his way from the warm-ups, putting on his jersey. Martin Ash went down, had a little bit of talk with him, likely talking about tactically where he's supposed to play and what he's supposed to do when he goes on here for the final 15 minutes of the game. Dennis Chin is very fast. He's very skilled with the ball. Yet to find his first goal for Ottawa Fury, but certainly showed a lot of promise in the preseason. And he'll get just under 15 minutes, about 13 or 14 minutes here to play once he comes on, likely in the next stoppage of play.
Kayser plays this back into the Miami half. Free kick given against Miami. This will be about 40 yards out. Taken here for Steele. Bolshin. Back to Steele. Here's Vered, 25 yards out. Edon Vered. Good ball for Steele with a back heel. Looking for Vered. Too many blue shirts in the way.
It's clever stuff there from Ottawa Fury, though. Vered doing a very good job, nearly getting a second goal for Ottawa Fury. Miami FC defender just being able to get himself between Vered and the ball and push himself out.
Here's Chavez. The ball looking for Richards, Dane Richards, and this is going to go out of play for a goal kick, Ottawa. And we are going to see substitution number 1 for Ottawa Fury FC. In comes Dennis Chin making his home debut, and he'll replace Edon Vered up top.
Vered being waved over by the fourth official, but of course he's going to take his time with Ottawa Fury sitting up 1-0. You know, when first signed, it looked like Dennis Chin might have been the replacement for Tom Heineman. He doesn't quite have the height, but he certainly has the speed. In the preseason, he had a bit of the finishing touch, so having Vered come in certainly adds some competition for Dennis Chin, but he's someone that Fury fans, I think, expect to feature quite often and hopefully score a number of goals for him this year.
Here's Chin now. First touch. The ball wide right for Paulo Junior. 25 yards out. Trying to cut to the middle of the park. Gets it back onto his right foot. Edge of the penalty area. Moves it back to space. James Bailey. Wide right for Bolshin. Back to Paulo Junior. Nice little back heel for Bolshin. Into the penalty area with the cross, and he's going to win a corner.
Fantastic stuff there from Paulo Jr. and Bolshin. And even pushing into the box there, Bolshin probably could have hit the ground and claimed for a penalty, but he kept with it. He kept pushing, and he's earned Fury a corner here. Of course, they scored their only goal today off of a corner kick. We'll see Bolshin and Roseboom sit back near the halfway line, and nearly every Fury player is in the box except for Bailey and Steele, who stand over the corner.
Steele's going to take this left-footed delivery. It's an in-swinger. Here is the delivery, and it's headed clear. Chin plays it back. Sent forward by Bolshin, and Trafford's going to watch this go out of play. Bit of a collision here with Steele.
And there's Steele getting a little bit of a warning from the ref there to watch it, but again, that's how he plays. He'll go in for those crunching tackles. He'll chase the ball down. And even if it looks like you're about to get rid of possession, he's still going to chase that ball.
80th minute, 1-0 Furious. Miami bring this up. It's Trafford. Bernstein. And for Chavez. 25 yards out. The ball on the right, and good tracking back there by Obasi. He's been impressive in his debut at left back for Ottawa Fury FC. Trafford back inside the Ottawa half. On the left, he plays it wide for Leroux. Paulo Jr. able to win it back for Ottawa and earns a free kick as well. Crowd really enjoying themselves here this afternoon, and the only way this could be more enjoyable for them as if Ottawa can send them home with 3 points.
Yeah, it looks like they've got the drum line out there joining the supporters section to help create some noise. Nice to see the supporters joining in with the local entertainment.
Worked ahead, Chavez here, right-footed shot, and just miss. Oh, great opportunity, Jaime Chavez. This is Miami's best opportunity of the second half. And quick turn and a shot with a right foot over the bar. Goal kick, Ottawa.
Yeah, you know, he had a couple options there. He could have crossed it. Decided to take the shot, dipped just over, or just wide. Didn't really test Pazer there much. The Frenchman is 9 minutes away from another clean sheet, something he's very used to here at Ottawa Fury, having claimed the Golden Glove Award and set several NASL records last season.
Miami back in possession. It's Trafford. It's this forward, and important clearance there by Alves. Comes back to Bernstein inside the Miami half. And this will go out for an Ottawa throw. 83rd minute, 1-0 Fury. And Fury about to bring on Mauro Eustachio, the second sub to be used by Paul Dalglish.
Yeah, you know, Mauro came here to Ottawa Fury. It was his first professional club. He grew a lot in the first 2 years. And he's just continued to grow as a player and to show more confidence. He usually subs in for Julian de Guzman around the 70th, 80th minute. Of course, today likely coming on for either Lance Roseboom or someone else in the midfield. But it's great to see the young Canadian getting some minutes here near the end of this match, as Carl Howarth lays down on the field, getting some treatment from the Fury staff here. Looks to just be a muscle strain. So substitution being made here. It will be Mauro Eustachio coming on for Johnny Steele, as the Northern Irishman slowly makes his way off the pitch. Nice round of applause here from the home crowd for Johnny Steele. Strong performance from him today. He's chasing the ball, getting in those tackles, ensuring that Fury owned the midfield here at home, which is something you need to do if you want to win.
So some reinforcements in midfield, and we're going to see Mosey Giorio come on as well, which will be the third and final sub for Ottawa. So we're into the 85th minute, and they hold this 1-0 advantage. Ball into the Ottawa penalty area, headed away. High into the air, Bolshin wins a header. Dennis trying to play it down for Miami, but it comes to Paulo Jr. and Ottawa lots of space as they start the counter. Can they get it wide? And Eustachio maybe hung on to it a little too long, but he is fouled.
Likely would have been a yellow card if Richards wasn't already sitting on one. Ref looked like he was about to give it and then realized who it was, and that would have been a sending off, but gives him a little bit of a warning there. As Ottawa Fury take their time and make their third substitution.
So Mosey Giorio will come on for Ottawa, and he'll replace Carl Howarth.
Howard, someone else who had a fantastic game today, especially in the first half, linking up well with Obasi. I think the Miami FC caught on to that for the second half here and marked them a bit more, but I wrote an article on Midfield Press 2 weeks ago about Howarth, and he's just everything Fury fans want to see from a Fury player. He's been here since the PDL days. He puts 110% into every single match, into every training session. He's usually the first one out here on match day warming up. And it's great to see him getting some time here under Paul Dalglish, especially in a role that much better fits him, spending more time playing through the middle and less playing along the touchline. Certainly suits his style of play a lot more.
Throw in here for Ottawa in the 87th minute, leading 1-0. Bolshin. In for Giorio, his first touch. Miami wins it back LaRue for Trafford. He'll launch this right to the halfway line. Header won by Timbo, and he gets it for Giorio. Now Eustachio wide right. Paulo Jr. will play it wide left for Obasi. Here's Chin. Edge of the penalty area for the ball, and that's an offside flag up against Ottawa Fury.
Nice little bit of footwork there from Dennis Chin. The pass was the right idea, just a little bit late. Obasi had already run offside by the time the pass had been made, but it was the right idea. I hope to see more from these two linking together as Obasi pushes forward and Dennis Chin just adds that speed and skill you need up front.
There's Mauro Eustachio for Obasi. Knocked away for a throw. Miami still has one sub available if they want to use it.
Yeah, it doesn't even look as if they have anyone warming up just now. I think Nesta's happy to see out these final few minutes with the squad he's got on the pitch, but obviously he was forced to make some substitutions probably earlier than he would like to have. As Ottawa Fury are just about 2 minutes away from their first win of the 2016 season, if they can hold out here.
Giorio trying to put that through ball in for Paulo Jr. LaRue will send this forward towards Dennis, just beyond him. Alves will play this across to the center circle. Richards wins it for Adailton. And a good ball forward, but the offside flag is up. Offside flag is up. And Bezier forced into a save anyways, but it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, it looked like there's a little bit of a collision there, but both shook hands after that. He was pushed to the ground there. But again, good stuff from Ottawa Fury FC here. Pays there making that strong save even though the flag was up.
Fury supporters urging their side to come away with 3 points as we now enter the 90th minute here at TD Place. 1-0 Ottawa. Courtesy a 25th minute goal from Timbo, the Brazilian, with a goal in his home debut. Sent back into the Ottawa penalty area, and reaching at that and grabbing it is Romuald Pezier.
Yeah, the crowd here today has been great. They've been loud, they've been going for the 90 minutes. Bytown Boys and Stony Monday Riot setting off the smoke here in Section W as they celebrate what looks like Maybe the first win of the Fury season so far. Of course, you can find both Stony Monday Ride and the Bytown Boys online. You can buy tickets to the supporter section off of them. And now with the North Stand open, there are certainly more tickets available for Ottawa Fury FC games as they look to have the attendances continue to climb, with a total of 7,023 in attendance today.
Fourth official showing a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time here, so plenty of time for Miami to get the equalizer.
Yeah, you know, we've seen quite a few subs, a couple injuries. Howarth was down for a little bit, so there's no surprise there, although I think Dalglish would prefer to have seen 2 or 3 minutes rather than the full 5.
Well, this is only going to add to that, and I say a minimum because the longer Pereira is down, the longer we're going to see this game extended. But he is up.
Fury medical staff just leaving the pitch here, hopefully get play back underway. But Pereira is no stranger to running down the clock at the end of the game. Certainly something that he knows how to do well. Even seen him carded a few times for it, but he knows how to play the game, and he knows how to see out these final few minutes, especially at home.
So he gets the ball back in play, and this will be out for a Miami throw inside their own half. LaRue will take it back beyond the halfway line, and a free kick as Balshin was knocked to ground. At least 4 minutes left of stoppage time, as Alves steps over this inside his own half, plays it forward, takes a bounce in the Miami penalty area right to their keeper Vega, presses forward and boots this into the Ottawa half. Header won by Timbo. Chin for Timbo down the left, back to Chin in the middle, 30 yards out. Here's Dennis Chin making a move wide right, edge of the penalty area now. Chin back to Paulo Jr. Ottawa happy just to hold possession here. Bailey for Paulo Jr. Now with the cross, goes through the 18-yard box to the far side, and Miami will gain possession, but forced to do it via a throw as Mosey Giorio threw himself in front of that Miami ball.
Still 3 minutes to go here. Ottawa Fury are still pushing the ball forward into the Miami FC half. Although it does look as though Lance Rosenboom has joined the back four, and they're setting up pretty defensively here as Miami push forward.
Header one to Chin. Dennis Chin for Ottawa. Back to Obasi. And another throw-in coming here for Ottawa Fury FC as we've got about 2 minutes plus to go. Maybe 3. We'll see what the referee decides. Here's Eustachio. Oh, good work to get past 2 men. Giorio, wide left, Dennis Chin. Eustachio providing support as Chin cuts into the penalty area. Onto his right foot with a shot, and a brilliant goal! It's Dennis Chin in stoppage time, and that will seal the 3 points. Dennis Chin makes it 2-0 Ottawa, and this will be win number 1 of 2016.
94th minute goal there for Dennis Chin. See Romuald Pereira all the way down here in the opponent's 6-yard box celebrating. And that's what I was saying, when you see Dennis Chin come on the field, that's what he offers. He can use his speed, his skill with the ball, he can dummy the ball around players, he can find space, and as we've just seen, he can take shots from around, I don't know, must have been at least 15 yards out, and put the ball into the top corner away from the diving fingers of Vega. Absolute stunning goal from Dennis Chin there. Exactly what the Fury support wanted to see. scored twice as many goals today as they did in the first 4 matches of the year, and most importantly, have secured a win. Paul Dalglish will certainly be happy here as the last minute of stoppage time winds down and Paulo Jr. pushes himself up the pitch.
Here they come again. It's Paulo Jr. into the middle for Giorio. Over the head of Eustachiou. Back to Chin. Can he do this again? Here's Chin.
Again.
And couldn't get the shot away. Now a shot from distance. Comes back to Bailey. Bolshin. For Alves. Plays the cross in, and Ottawa pushes back, and there goes the final whistle. An impressive victory today, Ottawa in the win column here in 2016. A 25th minute goal from Timbo, a 94th minute beauty from Dennis Chin. Ottawa Fury FC 2, Miami FC 0.
That's certainly what Fury FC needed to see today. That's a big win for them. To get 2 goals will certainly help out their confidence. Now they can rest at home for a week, get back to training, and focus on next week's match against Minnesota United. Lots of positives to take away from today, not too many negatives. They didn't make too many mistakes. They stayed focused, they stayed strong. They kept their formation, they played within their system, and it certainly paid off at the end of the day, with Dennis Chin and Fernando Timbo coming up with the 2 goals for Ottawa Fury.
Well, that has to feel...